Hey, I want to thank you for tuning in again. I wanted to share from Hebrews, chapter number 13, verse 1 through 3. It says, let brotherly love continue. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. And remember those who are in prison as though in prison with them, and those who are mistreated, since you also are in the body. Well, I guess I wanted to encourage you to remember that as a believer and as members of the body of Christ, and that as most visible as we are members in the local church, that we remember that we're not living life as individuals and separate from one another, but that we're all interconnected and not an independent people, but interdependent people. He emphasizes, the writer of Hebrews, that we are to let brotherly love continue. And in these devotions, I've tried to encourage you to see the supremacy of love and how we reveal that we are disciples of Jesus Christ, evidenced in the way that we love one another. And he says, let this continue. Don't let yourself be sidetracked from the mission of demonstrating love to each other, because God, who is love and lives in us, so desires to express that love through us to each others. And so we are intentional in how we love one another and demonstrate that love. And he says, do not neglect to show hospitality even to strangers. And so that love is in the body, but also to people we don't know. And I'm not sure I understand all of that, but he says, some have entertained angels unaware. And so he says, just be looking for every opportunity that God makes available, every open door to show love, to care, to be concerned about the needs of others. And he says, and remember those who are in prison. During this first century time, many Christians were put in jail for nothing other than their faith. And he says, remember them. Don't forget those who are suffering. He says, remember those who are in prison as though in prison with them. And so when you know there's someone in prison or someone who's struggling, he says, like, identify with them as though it were you, to love and care for them as though it was you. And those who are mistreated, since you are also in the body. So he says, listen, don't forget, you are in the body, a member of the body of Christ, and care for each other, because every member is affected when one suffers. So when one member of the body suffers, we all suffer. And so we take intentional care for one another. You are a vessel filled with the love of God. So as that vessel, let that love pour out through you to everyone you encounter. Have a great day. God bless.